Okay, so today I want to talk about a really good tool that you can utilize for several different things. A lot of times, when you're doing overage list, there's a lot of information that you need to uncover. And just so happened in one of my masterminds, um, the county kind of switched up how to actually locate like the owner. And so I do offer like this free in my course. So you get access to my account, which is really inexpensive, especially if you're starting. But what I wanted to cover today is this little hidden gem of beenverified.com is such a really good resource and tool because sometimes when you get a list, there's a few things that um, you're not going to get. For example, you will possibly get an address but not a name, or you'll get a name with no address, which means that you only get the APN number. But most importantly, what you need is once you uncover everything on that list, you definitely need a name and an address to find the claimant. And so I kind of like wanted to go over this a little bit. And also, too, this is a good resource if you become a tax deed investor as well in the future, because a lot of times people ask me, how do you do a title search if you're purchasing a tax deed? And this is also good for overages because oftentimes when you have overages, there's sometimes liens on the properties, and those liens take precedence of that overage. So I'm just going to get right into it. But before I start, I also, for those people that don't know, I'm going to probably do a video on this, is that there's four type of overages. And one thing I like about Been Verified is they do have unclaimed money funds. And this is for mostly like state government holding. It's not county based, it's a state, which is most of the time in the treasurer office. So like you could look here for people to search for money. So this is like if you want to do the unclaimed money, most states only allow 10%. So this is one good resource where of course you have to pay for it, but you don't have to go and um, kind of like research it. If you know people, you can offer this as a service. But back to the Been Verified and why this is so important. Number one, it's unlimited background reports. And then you could do dark web scam to see if emails and passwords are exposed. Which is kind of like a good resource. You probably don't really want to use that, but it is a good resource when you're trying to uncover emails. And then what I really like about this is it has unlimited property reports. And so I'm going to go right into that, and I'm going to kind of click right here, which is all the recent reports that we pulled up. So as you guys can see, sometimes I have names. So I was looking for social media. So they help you find social media if you have a name. This is a phone number that I had a skip tracer look. So we were looking at, okay, who owned this number and if this number was connected to a claimant. And right here is an address of a property we were probably wanting to find what the proper owner is. So I'm just going to scroll down because there was a property on here that I wanted to go over with you guys. Let's see if this one. So what I like about this is that you can view reports. So I'm just going to see if this is the report I wanted to go over really quick. And so this is a good resource for people that don't have access to a realtor or access to just resources, right? Where you're wanting to know, like for one, like if you're going to be investing in tax deeds, um, which this was a tax deed property. It tells you when the property was built, how many square foot, what the lot square footage is. But most importantly, you want to know the value. Now, I can't recall what the value was, but this is telling you that it was 91,000. It's worth 91,000. I'm quite sure the opening bid was not 91. But what you can get from this is determining what would be your maximum bid, right? And then it tells you that it's $1,000 in property taxes. And this is what I like. It shows that there was actually four deeds found on that property, which I like that it gives you the chain of title of the ownership. This is something that you would need to know when you're actually looking at properties, like who is the chain of title. But most importantly, when you're doing overages, however, you want to go over here where it has the deeds and it says possible owners. So possible owners, basically, if you go down, we're looking for possible owners. The reason why this is so important is because we want to know who our claimant's going to be. So a lot of times if you're looking on a county website and they cover up the previous owners, you can come here and you can cross-reference, or even if they don't, you know that this was the owner prior to the sale of this year. So this would possibly be the claimant, and they say that there was only one owner. So I do know this property did go to sell, and so this property had been in this person's name since 2007. So this will let me know that this is the claimant. Another thing I like about this also too is where it says liens. It shows there's no liens on the property, which is a very, very good, because most of the time you would have to go down to the county. So I'm just going to scroll down. Oh, actually it goes and shows all. That's interesting. This shows all the different ownership changes, but it shows it says only one possible owner. Interesting. So let's just go back up really quick. Oh, so this is 2007. This is the owner prior to. Okay, that makes sense. So it says there's 4 deeds that was found on this property since these years. So this is really good to know because it shows you the chain of title. If there was a loan on the property, you would see that there. So like if you're a tax deed investor, you would know if there was a loan on it. Also too, if you're doing overages, you'll know who like the ownerships are to verify the ownership with the county to see which is the right claimant. And then right here, it says lien. So what I like about this is for those that are investing in tax deeds, excuse me, and you want to know if there are any liens, this is a good resource because it would have all the liens recorded here. So you don't have to pay a title company. And you probably don't have to worry about tracking down a real estate agent to do it. All the resources are already here. And I like that it says there's 200 homes nearby and it gives you the surrounding areas. And what I also like about it is that it gives you a report, a PDF report. So this is just a good resource and a good tool that you can utilize. It also gives you whoever the mailing address for taxes on this property. So you can always, well, this is a P.O. box, but sometimes it gives you a different mailing address than the address. So you could go knock on the door if it's a tax deed investor. HOA, it's important to know that because sometimes they have their own special liens, and it's something that it's really good to know, especially if you're going to invest in tax deeds. I guess I should do 2 different videos. I hope I didn't confuse anybody on this because I talked about why this is important for tax deeds and why it's important for overages. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard. And what else did I want to show? Oh, so right here you can do an email search. So when I hire skip tracers, and the email comes back, I'll put this email and it will show me other social media networks. You also can look up someone's handle, or you could put in their name to search social media networks. I also like if you find phone numbers through Ben Verify, which Ben Verify gives you numbers, you can actually put the phone number in search and see if another owner comes up that might be related. And then most importantly, you have your people search. So what I like about this site is that it gives you everything that you would need, not only to make a good investment decision, but also too if you're doing overages. And one more thing. So if you are active doing overages and just so happen the company, the deed or the recorded deed is in the business name, they also have a business search. So as you guys see, I was searching for a company, and what I like about this is it gives you all the companies in that area, and you can do it by state. Unfortunately, it did not come up, but this is also like a good resource. So you're not having to go look at 5 or 6 different websites. You pretty much can do it over people search, phone search, property search, and then the email and the social media or business search. All of these encompass everything you would need to fill in the blanks if you're doing an overage list. So I'm just going to recap. This is like one of the best resources that I utilize. When I can't find information on the county website, you can use Been Verified. And what I also like about Been Verified is that you can cross-reference from the county with this. And the good thing about Been Verified is the information is a little backdated. So this is more beneficial really for overage claims than tax deeds. But how this is more beneficial with tax deeds is that you're able to do different property searches and find out about all the different liens that might be on a property. Let's just look at this one, see if there's any liens on this so you can see it. And I like the fact that it gives if it finds the owner, it does give you the name and the email address. Like you could do a report on this owner. So if this was an overage that we're doing, we can view a person report to find phone numbers, emails, everything. So it encompasses everything that you would need on a property. And then I like the fact that it gives you the timeline. So this says this is the current owner, but I do know that this property was going to tax deed sale. So as you can see, it doesn't have the present owner, but this, at least I know this would be the owner for the overage. And then it also gives possible residents. So based on this, lets me know that it was a possible rental because it has, different, well, maybe not, because look, it all has the same last name. So it looks like there's a lot of family members, but this is also good because guess what? It has phone numbers that you can contact, because if this is an overage, you have Dorothy Ewing, we have Les Ewing. These are all people that we could contact if we're trying to get the overage claim. So FYI, I just wanted to show you some little insight on a resource that I utilize for my mastermind, but I also use it for when I'm doing my tax deed research in in other states besides the state that I live in and I have access to as a realtor. So and it's really inexpensive, you guys. So and it's an unlimited search. So that's why I like this. And of course I use this in my mastermind. So I like to have stuff that's unlimited. And so far so good. I've had a couple of students in each cohort win claimants. And so it has been utilized as a good resource, as well as us cross-referencing when I hire the skip tracers for individuals to find the names. We also bounce off of this as well. So if this video was helpful and it was a good resource, please like, subscribe, and comment. I would greatly appreciate it. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you so much for your time.